I'm back.
Bunny back, or is he ordering Chinese food still? Bunny's ordering Chinese food.
It's gonna be great.
Who
Next
has,
week onwards.
Who has the transcript?
Payson was posted in chat.
Fuck.
I mean, we all have the rundown except Alex now. But never forget.
Is this some proposition from?
No.
No.
community?
This is
This is a legitimate issue.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Implying we gave him the time of day. I pretty much trolled him in that thread. I'm trying to just think of the best way to begin with this, unless someone else is already in a good state of mind and wants to take over.
Yeah, I guess the paste bin works.
I mean, I guess we're worried about this conversation that Bunny and Nervous have been having, and certain motivations. Nervous has decided to openly communicate in that private conversation regarding his intention to restructure our entire, upper staff system, and his opinions on certain people and his complaints. And he's indicated that he's spoken to you about this, which I don't know how true that is, but I'll, as a director, I will certainly take your word over his, in all fairness. But I don't know. Do you know anything about this?
I do hear quite a bit from Nervous. I do know he's suggested or looked at structure and things like that, and made suggestions and points about it, but as far as I'm aware, it hasn't gone any further than that.
Well, Scotty's back. He can start off. Whatever he wants to say.
What's needed to say? Sorry, I just
nothing. I basically just told Alex like for 30 seconds about how there was this conversation. We were worried about Nervous, but you're the one he sent the conversation to, so you take the ball.
Oh, hi. Seems like Repel's happening again, that whole situation that occurred previously. Nerves doesn't currently like Dexter or Safety Moose. I don't believe he likes you either all that much. He doesn't believe you have the best development skills, but you are the owner, so he can't really say all that much about you, or at least that's kind of what it's coming off on in the paste bin I believe Dexter just linked.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's fine with me and Josh currently as the people here who only do the work. Is like, he thinks that we're the only people who actually contribute that much to the server as it stands. What I say? He doesn't like Safety abusing his power as the head of legal organizations. He doesn't like Dexter's inability to do anything, I guess. Which is probably...
He basically, on that point, he basically believes I'm like the chief of the police, the chief of the fire department, like the mayor. Like, he thinks I'm like somehow like in charge of all these like little factions, like in character, and it's pissing him off, even though it's not true.
I think the only reason he's upset at Dexter is possibly because of that, because Dexter isn't putting a wrangle on Safety. Because other than that, not that much was mentioned about Dexter, other than the fact that he doesn't believe that he's doing all the work he should be doing. And I think that's it. Like, I mean, there's specifics and stuff like that in there. But other than that, he doesn't also think you've contributed much. Since he joined the server, you haven't coded a single thing. I don't know if you ever told him that you were going to code, or if you do code, but I guess he is under the impression that you do, or / you should.
Well, he shouldn't.
Yep. That's exactly what I thought.
One of the one line of concern at the end was, Alex, well, I'm going to read this in his English, and you can interpret it the way you want, but I mean, whatever. Alex don't want people to know that I'm working on that, and I'm still trying to speak with as much people as possible to get their opinions too. So, I mean, that was a little concerning to hear, but...
Where does it say that?
At the end, I believe. You threw in an extra thing.
Line 530.
Really?
Well, we don't. This is obviously...
We just don't want another situation to happen where a developer starts overstepping their bounds trying to change things like this when they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be their primary concern.
Especially if they have access to everything.
I value his opinion, but stuff like this makes me doubt doubt him at times.
I get worried because I know that you and I, Alex, despite the fact we disagree on a lot, have generally been 99% of the time very communicative about issues, and we've worked them out. So when he starts saying that, like, oh, like Alex and I are like behind the scenes, like fucking cooing everything up, I'm like, I don't know. It sounds like Nervous being a little shit and trying to like control everything, like he seems to imply he likes to do. So I'm like really worried with this guy, and I'm also worried that he has these intentions, which are clearly communicated, and he also has our entire fucking code.
Alright. I'm gonna have to have a full read through this.
Yeah, no worries.
About halfway through.
Bunny talks shit about everybody in there for the sole purpose of trying to extract as much info from Nervous, so...
Oh no, the part where I say Alex talks as if he knows code, but I don't think he actually knows it, that's true. I'm not here to beat around the bush.
I know enough to actually...
Not to code it, can you?
It doesn't mean I...
Yeah, I know, you can understand it, I don't
code,
have any doubt in that.
I can understand it, and I can...
Yeah, anybody can fucking understand it. It's fucking drawing a line.
Josh, if you can do basic commands, create a /invite command and uninvite command for org leaders, because apparently it was a bigger priority that that org-to became a command for faction leaders than inviting.
You a thing. If they
Ooh,
copy
you mean
the set org command, I can make an invite command. Damn it.
So
but anyway, back to the thing on hand that
people
actually care
like
about.
one of his lines in here, which I thought was hilarious, was 55. So yeah, Dex to safety Vash ? I don't tell them shit if they don't come to me. Well, that's another example of him completely ignoring how our hierarchy works. If I have suggestions, I go to you, Alex, because you're the fucking head of development. I don't go to a specific developer. That's pissing me off because he just expects me to come to him, and he's allowed to just do whatever the fuck he wants. What else does he say? You can keep reading, but I just remembered that one.
There's another part in there where he says, oh yeah, this drug system looks good, and I asked him specifically if Dexta wants anybody to be able to make drugs. I think that was in that post, I'm not sure.
Well, you would need certain... When we talked about it with him, he said that you needed some certain components that only official orgs would have, or accredited orgs would have. Like if you wanted to grow marijuana, you needed to get the seeds from an official org who would be able to get it from a contact.
Yeah.
Which would be us, basically.
I think that's that's probably what it means, but the main thing I asked was, do we /Dexta want anyone to be able to make drugs? And he said, of course we want. In broken English.
I can understand roleplay-wise that, like, technically anybody should be able to do it, but that doesn't mean that everyone should have the same ability to access all the necessary components.
Anybody can go to the goddamn National Guard base and steal a goddamn
kid. Doesn't
mean we're going to allow it, pretty much.
There was another section which you'll get to where he's like, I had to complain a lot internally so that I didn't get mayor, even though I had no intention of being mayor. In fact, the only even line that anybody ever said that suggested that was a joking line by actually Alex. He's like, Safety Moose for governor or something. So that was a joke. But he's like he's implying that he's gone through some like big internal thing that, he's been able to convince everybody, which makes no sense because I would have known about it. Apparently I'm seen as the server leader, which I think is ridiculous.
I think the best thing from here is talk to Nervous and anyone else in the community who has opinions on the matter, and see what they have to say, and what their sort of opinion on the outlook of us is. And
because to be fair, I think the vast majority of people in this channel, I can't speak for Alex because I haven't talked to you in the last little couple hours. I think the vast majority of us think that things are going very well, especially in relation to how shit they went in the past, which of course Nervous wasn't around to experience, and things are developing good way.
There's a different group of people that were there.
Yeah.
Supposedly he's already shown Morris's graph and everything, and he's talked to Morris about this.
Wait, the same structure?
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
How did he say
I haven't
that?
seen the graph. Well, I'm talking to Morris and TSPMs.
Yeah, Nervous said that he will be proposing that to other people throughout the staff team to see what their opinions are on the matter. Do you want the link to the picture, Alex, or have you already seen it, or because I don't know if the link works.
Yeah,
The picture,
check it
the
there.
link in the pasted doesn't work. Because there's no...
Oh, that's not it, back.
Oh, that's not it.
Interesting graph, Nervous.
There we go.
I mean,
Oh,
we're in a difficult situation because I think Nervous does a decent job at what he does when he does do the things that he's supposed to be doing. But he obviously has some sort of ulterior motive here, which is becoming incredibly obvious. And if he doesn't get his way, I don't know what kind of fucking damage he's going to try and do, because he might be, like, spiteful as fuck. So...
I'll have to talk with him.
My
Bring
only
him in here
issue
so
is
we
if
can order
he's
it.
talking
Is this
to
like a
Morris
break?
about
This looks like just a breakdown, basically, of.
But he's
directors.
talking. Well, he outed 2 directors. He put Blackwell in charge. I don't think Blackwell is capable of that
out
role.
of 3 directors.
Yeah,
Outed
he even outed
James.
James in this one too. I don't see
he talks
Blackwell
about
as
it in the chat
capable.
log, too.
Is this?
but-
Is there any directors in this though?
Yeah,
Well.
the 4 heads at the top.
The way I
Yeah.
see this, because it's just like a classic flat hierarchy, is you just have reporting lines. That's all this is reporting lines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but-
reporting lines, but I mean, currently we have reporting lines as it is.
Of course,
with
then you have
6
4
at the top.
directors, too, which is completely ignoring the fact
Yeah,
that
but-
we needed to have a fucking odd number. It just goes to show he doesn't understand how our fucking system works.
But a board of directors in lieu of this is like an executive body.
No, I get that. I'm just saying that this graph, despite the fact it's obviously reflecting what he wants to see happen, completely ignores the actual functional reason why we have the number of people
Okay.
in positions we have now.
It's
So-
also interesting that he put Blackwell in the
concerned-
position that I originally had when I was brought on directors, and then was changed so I encompassed a lot more.
Well, that's the half. I think half his complaint is that you got so much extra shit to do that it's not necessarily fair on you to say that you do nothing, because your job is huge now compared to what it would have been.
I'm not quite sure
I
why he
think the
says
pro-
he thinks I'm doing nothing. He's not involved in any of the development conversations I'm doing with government. I guarantee you he's seen nothing of our city charter as
I
it
think
is.
his
Like,
biggest
he's a fucking
complaint
idiot.
for you is the logs that he's seen of you, like, doing forced paycheck and shit.
Oh, okay, sure. Like, I get that. But Alex and I have, like, dealt with that, and it was a stupid thing to do, and, like, whatever. But I don't understand why he's then, like, that's a fine criticism. I didn't even bring that up in my complaint of this chat log. Like, whatever. It's the fact he's bringing up all this other shit.
What
Like,
about
if he wants to
silence?
complain about that, that's well within his fucking right, because frankly it was,
Silence
But, okay,
issue
while
was
we're here with this-
Ethan.
Okay.
He doesn't feel like the way Ethan and friends treated Silent was
Nervous.
nervous. Yeah, treated Nervous was becoming a staff member, let alone one who was promoted.
But Nervous
their biggest
said no to
difference-
it, didn't he? He said he didn't.
Yeah, okay. Well, they had a legitimate fight in one of the admin channels. I think staff. They had a legitimate fight, but they worked through it together. They resolved their issues. Nervous or not nervous, but Silent didn't see that, and so Silent still resigned. I sent that.
no,
part
well,
to
I
him.
think though, from experience with like trying to work out issues with Nervous, he'll say shit to end the conversation, and then just goes back and does the shit that pissed you off to begin with. Like, he doesn't fucking care. It's subversive as fuck, frankly. It's ridiculous. Like, this isn't a problem we should be having. I don't think it's rooted in any like major concrete issues, and I honestly feel like he's bringing this up not because he has any good intention of trying to fix things, but because he's grasping for straws for some sort of power move. Frankly, like, it's the only thing that
But
makes
what
sense.
is what doesn't make sense to me. If he's as a developer, you've got that already in its own way. There's
No, he has power to implement features, and I think he does that. And in some cases, as you and I have spoken about, Alex, he's doing things in way through that power he holds that we necessarily don't agree with certain details on. I think the problem he has now is that every other area that he doesn't have direct
Microphone
access to, he's
muted.
getting pissed off he doesn't. He's trying to move to change that.
Hmm.
Using justifications that I think are fucking lacking in any, logical basis. And that's what scares me, because I think, what's this guy's motivation? And with the amount of power he has, because with our fucking games like fucking mode, what can he do?
Honestly, one of my really only biggest concern is he said that he's going to be speaking to other people about this, and apparently he's already contacted Morris. I don't want him to get into the heads of other admins that this is going to be a thing, and then suddenly he gets removed. It looks very poorly on us.
Yeah, that's a great comms thing too. I don't want to see this turn
It's,
into some like.
it'll
but
go
then,
from
but then
PR
can we
work to
stop
damage
him?
control.
Like, this is the thing, that can we stop someone? This is then silencing someone potentially. That looks
No,
bad
there's
just as it
nothing
is.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with allowing people to voice their opinions on issues, and I don't think any of us are saying that. The problem is when people like Nervous don't go through the appropriate channels as a staff member. This is exactly what Ari did. Remember, Ari complained, "Oh, I can't get the changes I want," but never used the mechanisms in place to actually do it. Nervous never fucking talks to me about problems unless I bring it up with him because he's made some change. Explicitly stated in the chat log that he has no intention of talking to Vash or Dexto or myself. And, like, if he wants to go and make, posts within our Slack or to us specifically, that's great. But when he starts making decisions to go around and talk to people outside of his role, right, within the community, effectively putting into the mindset of many members of the community that there's some sort of like inner conflict going on, you then just basically brew up some like de facto civil war, which he has the control over, which we don't want because it's baseless. Remember what fucking happened with simply Ari, the Ari supporters? That caused shit, and there was nothing there. Imagine if you had an actual staff member start that shit. Like it's gonna be that's a wildfire you don't fucking want. That's an actual split. We contain the last thing easy because fucking randos, but Nervous doing it? Fuck, that's not good.
Okay. I'm gonna mull over this at work. Got another 2 days and I don't have to fucking go to a fucking building at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Should we have a meeting on Saturday?
Yeah, that works for
Sure.
me. I'll
Because that was what I was originally going to suggest. We should have a catch up, and not even
that's good.
with regards to this, but that's cool. I'll
Alex,
have a
did you
look
read
over
line
this,
112?
Hmm?
Line 112 on here?
I'll just bring it back up.
If we leave it till Saturday, how much is he going to spread it though?
How many staff members is he going to contact?
Well, I
Mike?
mean, to be fair, I
Does it
think
matter?
what all that matters is that all of us as directors know what the fuck's going on. We're all on the same page of acknowledging that this is a potential issue. And I think, whether or not somebody wants to talk to him or not, we just wait till Saturday is a different thing. But, I mean,
Look, communication is the most important thing here, in my opinion.
no, it is. I think it is.
I think we need to look at it like this: like we're dealing with a staff member. So, if a staff member has some kind of concern that isn't baseless, then we need to look at that. And I guess
No,
if
I
at
think we all
least-
agree with that. Like, that's not the issue.
mm.
And I think the fact that this meeting could have happened so impromptu is an example of how well, especially we as directors, and then Bunny as like a staff member, values communication. Like, we wanted you guys all to be here before we had this conversation. The only person here who's not communicating is Nervous, and he's been told to communicate with people on multiple occasions. I've complained to you, and I've told him that specifically. Dexter has said that to him directly on a number
It shows
of
it in the
occasions.
pay spin as well.
Like, he's not fucking doing it, right? That's where the problem is. And if he communicated, I don't think we'd have a problem. If he communicates to me like, say to me, I don't think you're doing enough work on this, and I went, well, here's the work we've been doing, you just haven't seen it, there would be no problem. But he's not only making assumptions, he's going around and thinking those assumptions are facts and telling other people those things as a highly regarded staff member. It was like when he went and told a bunch of people that there was no accredited faction system yet, and it caused all that shit with the beach Italians. Like, he's making, like, you can't just tell people that. Like, people trust you. You're in a role of leadership.
Okay. For sure. All right. I'm gonna have another read through this.
Yeah, like
Pay spin as well.
we don't need a decision now, but we just thought if you were around, we could get everything to you, so we were all on the same page.
Also, since you're here, when's Kingston and Llamas coming back?
Well, it's hard to say. Kingston had issues with a friend who tried to commit suicide. At least that's what the justification
How long
gave for
ago
it
was
anyway.
that?
About a week and a half ago, 2 weeks. Lama said that he would be, because he's got exams and study, and I talked to Nefera, and Nefera confirmed that. So they're just going through finals, I believe, in Canada. I'm not sure.
Well, finals, what the fuck? Midterms, maybe.
Midterms, yeah, whatever. So he said he'd get more active towards the end of the month and into the next month. So I think he's still very much keen, he just doesn't have time. Which I just put the dev blog up on the announcement page, by the way, that I built over the last couple of days. And we're getting
Did you spell
another couple of third-party developers and
So I saw a
UPT
spelling
developers.
mistake in it.
Oh, alright, fix it up for me if you see any more. I did a few before, but yeah.
Flash's comms, it's his job to prove it.
Oh, right,
Wait,
I need to go
what?
shower and think. Goodbye.
Yep,
It's my job to what?
proofread.
Proofread.
I mean, if you draft up a post, sure, I'll proofread it.
Joking.
You did the development blog.
Cool. Good meeting, guys.
Break!
I don't remember where.
So yeah, sorry if you're busy, Josh. I just thought you should be here for that.
Seems like everyone's in red alert for no reason.
No, I mean, you gotta be in red alert when the guy who has, like, your entire fucking game.
He doesn't strike me as a person who's going to take it and run. I mean, if he's
I don't-
concerned enough about how we're doing shit to try and, in his mind,
He's
fix
the-
problems, he doesn't seem like the guy who's going to turn around and run.
He's the kind of guy who enjoys making his own decisions and controlling what gets implemented and what doesn't, which frankly to me, it makes me think he's the kind of guy who'd go and just fucking start his own server with our fucking game mode.
Well, why don't from now on you meet with him once a week or PM him once?
Although we do know where he works, I would fucking
He
destroy him.
doesn't let, if you saw the thing in there, apparently he doesn't come to Dexter, myself, or Safety because we don't talk to him about it.
Yeah.
I mean, never mind the
has been
fact that I was
before.
talking to Safety, I was talking to him literally on TeamSpeak yesterday about potential ideas for stuff we should be adding in game and stuff, but no. Or the fact that if you look at development, I'm constantly reporting bugs to him, but no.
I don't think you have any features you could bring to Nervous just because of your job.
I don't think he
I think
understands
he's
how a
more willing
hierarchy
to
works.
orgs.
Because fucking, he's he said in that thing that
Complains about
we
orgs,
don't
doesn't
go
give me a
to him.
fucking faction system to implement, fucking or organization system, man. Fuck you.
He complains that we don't go to him where he should be coming to us, because that's how our fucking hierarchy works.
Well, you're
I don't
in
have to
charge
go
of
to
it.
him
You
with
should
it.
be actively participating in the development. If you don't
I
want
am.
to go do things on his own, we should be talking to him more. I talk to him all the fucking time.
Yeah,
and
but
he
he's
gets
not
shit
supposed
done.
to be developing things without direction from Alex, so...
Or
Well, Alex is
developing
never here
things
to
for
direct
orgs and
anyone.
stuff.
Yeah,
you
but
shouldn't be
to be
developing
fair,
things for
though-
orgs without okaying it with either Safety or Dexter.
Alex is around, in his defense, on Slack all the fucking time. Like,
Not all
he's
the
in there... Well, I mean, I've never had an issue getting a hold of him.
I'm
And I
on here
talk to
A
every
him-
lot of
day.
the time that I'm on, Alex is not.
I'm on here every day. I speak to Nervous at least twice a day. Yeah, he's complaining that we don't fucking talk.
Well, I don't know if it's communication as just hi, what's up. I think he if I understand right, he's upset about you not talking to him about features and improvements, and he has to wing it on his own. I think that's what's going on. Personally, as the outside viewer to this conversation, it seems like he's upset that you guys don't like give him things to do, so he has to do it himself.
Well, I have given things to do. It's called an organization script.
Did you post an issue? Because I think that's where most of them get their stuff. I say most of them, but he's the only one right now.
No, if you PM him directly, you'll get what you want. That's how it is.
That's how I do it, but
When Morris wants something, he just PMs him directly.
that's what I do.
Like,
It
I don't know who
works, but-
approved the Safety or Dexter. Did either of you decide yesterday that Orgto needs to be a faction leader command? No.
No?
Orgto doesn't work as an admin if I try to Orgto via faction 2. That doesn't work anymore. I have to be in the faction. It's a faction leader command. Why did he make the change? Why is that more important to make sure that org leaders can tow their cars right now than creating an invite and uninvite command for them? So admins have to stop doing that for them.
Oh, why don't you ask him? That seems to be what he wants.
Fuck, he's up in the lobby. Drag him down here.
Like,
Well,
he
let's
doesn't.
not gang the poor guy.
He
Oh,
doesn't.
fuck this kid.
He doesn't want to take the
Gang rape him all
initiative.
you want.
He's tired of taking the initiative, but he doesn't see that like this is basic stuff that he can be doing in the meantime.
I just can't wait to tell him that, like, you can try and pull these power moves all you want, but you've completely underestimated how the fucking social hierarchy in this server works, and you're a fucking idiot. Congratulations, you just fucked yourself.
The only person he has to convince is Alex. None of us matter. And that's something we were supposed to be working on, but there's been no progress on that front either. I've already heard Alex saying he's not going to sign anything. And he's not going to register this as a business. He's not going to do any of it. So we sit here with nothing. Nothing but a bunch of ideas. So this power move might work. You have no
Well,
idea.
if his power move fucking works, then it fucking works. Like, it's...
Well, you say
it's irrelevant.
Let's drag him in
That
here
being...
and tell him he's fucking stupid, it'll never work. That's not true.
No, I don't fucking care. At the same time, either
If Alex made a power move
say that
tomorrow,
to him,
removing all of us as directors, his community would crumble in itself.
either he does, either he fucking does. Either I say that to him and he gets away with it, and I don't fucking care because I yelled at him, or not. Like, it's me saying that to him does not change the outcome, frankly. So
I don't think yelling at him is the right way to handle this, personally. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's just a concerned citizen, sort of, quote-unquote. I don't think this is necessarily a, let's put Nervous in charge, or let's fuck these other people. He's, like, looking at this, and in his view, he thinks that we're fucked up. It's like the same thing as if, like, a regular community...
yeah, well, his view is wrong, so...
Well, that's
it's
why
like
I'm
expecting
eager
me to
see
respect the opinion of someone who thinks the planet's flat. Like, no, you're a fucking idiot.
That's why I'm excited to see who all he gets on his side, because if there's a number of people that agree with him, then clearly something is wrong.
Well,
That's not necessarily the best way to look at it, though.
Who agrees with him?
If you get a number of people to look at it, it's more like a number of people are looking at it with potential change, but they have no idea of the past of what's led up to this. They're just being told things.
If they've got complaints and they feel that they're legitimate, the worst thing that can happen from this is we can see what their issues are and maybe attempt to resolve them. Like, this isn't a bad thing. If people legitimately think that we're doing something wrong, the best thing we can do is address the issue.
I mean, on the positive side of things, yes, I'll agree with you. I just don't think his motivations are that kind, so...
I don't know. I don't really know the guy.
I want his motivations to be like that, but I just don't think they are.
He hasn't struck me as, say, evil dictator or anything, so I'd like to believe he's doing this for the betterment of us. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the guy. I ask him for things, he asks me for things. That's it.
There's instances where I've had to fucking yell at him to stop doing shit because he goes around people. Like, he tried to create a rule, like go into the rules and edit them. And I had to tell him, no, you fucking come to me first and ask, and then I'll do it. Because he thinks he's fucking God Almighty or something.
I noticed Silent made a suggestion on the rules. I don't know if you've looked at that.
No, where?
Oh,
the fucking thing. Yeah, that's basically what the rule is anyway. I hadn't seen that thing until I was updating the punishments, but that's basically what the rule is anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd seen it. I mean, Silent quit with a similar message to this. I mean, I know his concerns were mainly about Ethan, but I mean, he did say he didn't like how things were going, and it looked like we weren't doing things right. And
his biggest issue was with Ethan getting promoted after the way he treated Nervous.
That was
I never even
I
saw
had a
Silence
private chat
message.
with him.
I wasn't even invited to the fucking PM, so I don't know what Silence said.
Weren't you? I thought I saw you.
No.
No, it was
Oh,
me,
no.
Alex, Safety, you, and Morris.
Yeah.
Should have just been me and fucking Morris, honestly, but it's whatever. Maybe you're part of the problem in his world. But I don't know. I haven't seen Silent in a few days, so.
I wasn't the one that fucking promoted Ethan.
Yeah,
It was
and I don't
me.
have any regrets about that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because what I saw from what I heard of Silence saying was that he was angry that Ethan got promoted because Ethan was talking shit behind Nervous's back. And it's like, well, how's you quitting helping us when you don't tell us what's going on? We can't
That was
be
my
around
response to it.
24/7. Yeah. Well, like, we can't be around 24/7 to see what every single person's saying on the server. So you gotta tell us when shit's happening. And you quitting doesn't help anyone. It's just putting more work on other people.
No, I told him that too. I said I'd rather you stayed and helped me weed out the idiots and didn't quit and leave me for dead. I mean, I had to beg him to tell me what the issue was.